My name is Itoro Akpan-Iquot. I'm the National President of the Ibom State Association of Nigeria, USA Inc., otherwise known as AKISAN USA. So I have a bachelor's degree in computer science from the Georgia Institute of Technology. I graduated in 1999. I'm a web developer by profession. I also am an event photographer. I've been doing this for over 20 years. On the nonprofit side, like I said, I'm the National President of the association, and I've been in office for about 2 years. But prior to that, I've also been the chapter president of Atlanta chapter. I've also been the webmaster of the association for over 12 years. So interestingly, I've been more of an introvert throughout my life. I left Nigeria in 1993, and I tended to keep to myself. I didn't even want to be involved with Akwa Ibom, not to mention Nigeria. But something interesting happened in 2011. I was at the house of a member of Atlanta chapter called Dr. Akpan, and he was running for office of chapter president at the time. So he talked to me about the need for the youth to get involved because they are the older generation and they have to hand over to somebody. So I decided to give him a try because I liked what he said. I started off as PRO of the organization. 2 years later, I became vice president. And then 2 years later, I was asked to run for president. And the main motivational force for me was the fact that I was able to put smiles on people's faces, even in the local chapter of Atlanta, getting things done. So naturally, about 5 or 6 years later, I was asked to run for national president. And it was that same motivation that drove me. I've been in the association since 2009 on average. And there were a lot of things that I could see that we could get done. For some reason, things were delayed, things were postponed. And also, like I always say, we're in the 21st century. We need to do things using technology, and I happen to be in that space. So my whole drive was to make sure that whatever we do, we better position the association so that, in my words, we're the best Nigerian organization in the United States. But most importantly, that we're able to reach out to people both locally in America, but also the Akwa Ibomites in Akwa Ibom State. So I came into office in August 2020, which was at the height of COVID-19. And so typically we raise our money mostly through conventions that we hold in August. Unfortunately, we did not have a convention in 2020, so we had no money as an association going in. So my main challenge was that of financing. And I could have chosen to wait till the next convention, but we did not know when COVID was going to end. So I had to think outside the box, as they normally say. There was also an issue with people, I would say, losing faith in the organization because usually people would come in and say they're going to do this or that, but either for some reason or other they do not do that. So I came up with the idea of reaching out to people outside the organization and also members within, talking to them about the need to implement projects, encouraging them to give donations. And so that's how we were able to come up with these vocational programs. Now again, because we've been pretty much doing the same thing over the years, it was natural that some people were skeptical about the pace with which we were going. Some people said I was going too fast, some people said some things were not necessary. But I was able to convince all those people. Unfortunately for us now, we have at least 4 vocational training programs that we are taking part in. And I'm proud to say that we have not used any of the association's money in these projects. Everything comes from outside donations. We have 4 vocational training programs ongoing. There's information technology, cosmetology, agribusiness, and culinary arts. So far, we've trained at least 100 students. The feedback has been very positive. As a matter of fact, in many of those programs, we're currently in the 3rd iteration. These programs last between 3 to 6 months, depending on the program. So it went from trying to convince people to participate to now people are asking when is the next one, because it's something they expect and they've heard the positive feedback from other people. One thing about me is whenever I debate or argue issues, I always believe in data. So like I mentioned, people were skeptical, but as time went on, I presented the data, the number of students, what they go through. I make sure that the trainers give us monthly feedback. And then I also ask the students to give us feedback, and I make sure that we publicize this to the membership. Another area you talked about challenges was I noticed that we were not publicizing. So we did a lot of things that people did not know because we never did that a lot. So we're very active on social media now. And through that, of course, we invite comments, and everything has been positive. So that is how I've been able to, over time, convince people of the need and the importance of all these programs. High point for me has been the fact, well, twofold. So one, with respect to the general membership, more and more people are excited. People who were sitting on the fence for years have actually contacted me to say that they're coming back to the association because they've seen everything that we've done. And then on the Akwa Ibom side, I mean, putting smiles on people's faces. So take, for example, on May 24th, we had scholarships we gave to 12 students. And even as of the time of this interview, I still get text messages, parents, students, calling to appreciate what we've done. I've also informed His Excellency Mr. Udom Emmanuel of what we've done, and the SSG, among other government officials. And they're very, very happy with especially the scholarship, but also the other programs that we're doing. There's never been a time that I wish I never. Having said that, it has been very challenging. Many people don't realize that the association is volunteer-based, so none of us get paid for what we do. A lot of us put in our time, our money, and our effort, free of charge, to make sure that this thing works. So there are many times that it's been mentally draining, many times that you want to give up. But like I said, when you realize that you're doing the right thing, you're making positive impact, you're actually going to help people, that's what keeps me and all the other volunteers going. So yes, if I had another opportunity, I would do it over and over again. And the reason being that I know that this administration has done the right things. We're making positive impact. We're doing great things for the association. And I would like to do it even at a greater pace. As my first term is coming to a close, I would like to use this opportunity to thank everyone who has made it possible, everyone who has stuck by me over the last 2 years, beginning with my beautiful wife, Edidion, my children, my mother, my sister, members of AKISAN Atlanta chapter. They were the ones who had the confidence in me to present me as a candidate for national president. I would also like to thank the AKISAN USA General Membership, members of the Council, the Board of Trustees. Thank Akwa Ibomites in general all over the world, because as I may have mentioned, we have a forum of national presidents worldwide, and there are 12 of us in that group. So I want to also thank them for the support that they've given this administration. And last but not least, I would like to thank the people of Akwa Ibom State in Akwa Ibom State. Thank the Akwa Ibom State government, thank His Excellency Mr. Udom Emmanuel for making all this possible and for all the support that he has given over the years. I'd also like to thank all the donors in particular, because without them, all the projects that we've done would not have been possible. So thank you very much. Thank you to all the volunteers. May God bless you all in Jesus' name.